Welcome back to Comment. Today I am bringing the static review of that car, the very popular XPENG MONA L03. Before we begin, I want to say a massive thank you to every one of you because, as you can see, this is my first proper press car. Don't worry, XPENG didn't pay me, so you're still getting an independent, objective review as always. In today's video, I'm gonna check its design, poke around the cabin and show you its technology and find out whether this car truly delivers great value for money and, most importantly, should you consider one. The Mona series is XPENG's used focus line. This car was launched in July and will be sold across 65 countries. The proposition is very straightforward. Give younger buyers the design and equipment from an expensive car, but with a friendly price tag. I have put together the launch price card in Germany and in China. Please note that the performance version is not available in China yet, so all standard models produce 249 horsepower, 280 Nm of torque. The 0 to 100 kph acceleration differs from 6.6 to 7.5 seconds, depends on software limits. You have a choice of two powertrains with 3 battery sizes. On the battery electric cars, you will get 56 or 69 kWh LP battery. The range extender gets a 37 kWh LP battery with the electric CLTC range of 325 kilometers and 1,380 combined. On the battery electric cars, you will get up to 650 kilometers of CLTC range. Sadly, this car is built on 400-volt architecture. I know. Depressing. This car could do 10% to 80% state of charge in 90 minutes, while its big brother, the G6, we drove earlier, could do it with 7 minutes quicker. And the official charge-depleted fuel consumption is listed below 5 liters per 100 kilometers on a more strict WLTC cycle. The design language is called Vital Flow, which somehow sounds like a very expensive milkshake. And XPENG's global design team is led by this man, Juan Lopez, whose CV includes some Italian car makers called Lamborghini and Ferrari. No wonder the finished product looks rather good. Firstly, the dimension, this being a compact car by Chinese standard, it is only 10 centimeters shorter than the G6, and they also have the same exact width for better cabin space. And this car is 5 centimeters shorter, which is needed for a crossover styling. Looking at the front, this car carries over the T-shaped headline design from the M03, the saloon one, but this time it's much more sophisticated with more than 400 LEDs inside. And down here, you'll see an active grille for better aerodynamics. XPENG claims a drag coefficient of just 0.228, which is truly amazing for a car of this type. And the lower half is completely blacked out, as you can see. So visually, it pulls the car closer to the ground. The standard wheels are 18-inch low drag units, while the sportier option like this one goes up to 20-inch for better looks. And I think this side profile is where this car feels most expensive. You also find these integrated mechanical door handles designed for actual human beings. And despite having the frameless doors, the closing sound is surprisingly solid. Listen to this. Yeah. Even the door mirror loses its usual outer housing for better efficiency and visibility. There's no escaping it. The back end does look very Porsche-like, especially the new Macan EV. The full-width star-ring rear light is very clean and it contains over 288 LEDs inside. But the key feature here is actually the rear glass. I mean, you just look at it. It is absolutely massive. It covers over 1.1 square meters. And here, it disappears, curves nicely into the rear body, and here it's nicely finished by this little ducktail design similar to the G6. Yes, it is very sloped indeed, but the sheer size of it still promises a good visibility. The whole car is very low and wide, with a sporty roofline, a muscular rear shoulder, so in my mind it is less a traditional SUV rather than a coupe that has been told it needs better ground clearance. First glance into the cabin, it is premium enough without a fancy badge. I have to say, XPENG really knows how to create good occasion without using real leather. Everything still feels very lovely and good quality. See, I'm not cutting my fingers. Most of the interior are covered by soft touch materials, and this lower half are hard plastic, which is understandable at this price. And the seats, well, they're comfortable with decent seat depths. And the front seats are heated, ventilated as standard, has optional 14-point massage. And the passenger seat, as you can see, has an optional zero gravity mode with electric leg rest. Facing forward, a newly designed steering wheel with 2 new physical controls for driving assistance and drive modes. And you're right, something is missing. The separate dash screen is optional in China but standard overseas. However, I still have the huge head-up display to cover all the essential driving information, although I do prefer having a separate dial here. And here is the 15.6-inch 2.5K resolution display, just like the one on the G6. We've seen that many times earlier. And yes, this interior does bring the experience from a class above. Some other small things, you will find those 1/4-inch mounts with ambient lightings. They might become useful later when we drive the car. And this car has decent storage throughout the whole car. And here, if you open the glove box, you will find a hidden little hook for your wife's precious takeaway. The central display is 15.6-inch with 2.5K resolution. We have seen similar displays on the G6, so yeah, it's the same recipe, you know, the usual stuff. Wireless CarPlay will be available for overseas buyer, but sadly not on this car. And ahead of me is the huge 26.8-inch wide head-up display. It shows literally millions of stuff. Speed, navigation, media, surrounding vehicle visualization, even shows the reversing camera, and when you indicate, it shows the side camera to help check the blind spot. I mean, I'm just speechless. And the optional premium audio system has 20 speakers with 1000 watts and even active noise cancelling through the driver's headrest. Surprisingly, the rear cabin space is still very generous, with some space underneath the front seats. It is smaller than the G6, of course, because the G6 is a longer car, but still, this car exceeds the Model Y, and XPENG claims a 985mm of headroom. Sadly, they didn't fit a physical Sunblind, probably because of the shape of the car, otherwise the roof would be here. And the back seats can be adjusted by 5 degrees, and for someone sitting here, the armrest stays level rather than tilting back with these seats like it did on the G6. And it even has a magical drawer here, which is 10 liter, very handy and helpful for putting your belongings in here without losing them or the rear glass. Everything comes at a price. Having a decent rear cabin space means you have to sacrifice the boot size. Before you ask, a parcel shelf will be added for overseas buyer for added security. The official figure for the boot size is 539 liters when the rear seats are up and 1640 liters when they are folded. I would say from here, the actual usable space is around 350 liters. You do have some storage underneath. It's big enough for your charging cables, I would say. And there's a huge improvement at the front because, as you can see, the battery electric versions will have a 102-liter frunk, while the range extender does not, because you have to carry an engine in here. And in the real world, having a frunk is more practical than, let's say, a big boot, because it brings easier access, especially in tight parking spaces. I must say, on paper, it is an impressive car. It looks sporty, it is packed with smart functions, it even has decent cabin space. The only disappointments are the lack of boot size and a physical sunblinder. So, we can't judge a book by its cover. You certainly won't buy this car just to look at it. So everything looks promising, but not yet proven, because I still need to take it on the road. Until then, this car could keep its enormous numbers. I'll bring you the dynamic review of this car as soon as the car becomes available. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you soon. You're watching Carmen. Take care.